I'm Heatfire, and today Ozzy Osbourne has died. Um, can't necessarily say that's a good thing. If this is your first time to my channel, please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna give my thoughts and opinions on this matter. So, with that being said, let's get it. Ozzy Osbourne died at the age of 76. He struggled with Parkinson's disease, and he was well renowned throughout the world as as you could say, the godfather of heavy metal. What's really interesting is during his time here on Earth, he considered himself as the Dark Prince. That's a very dangerous title to even want to hold yourself. I don't think that he's particularly in a good place. And, interesting. Back in 2003, I actually went to an Ozfest. I didn't go to see Ozzy. Obviously, it's Ozfest. I didn't go to see him, but I did go to see Chevelle because it's one of my favorite bands, and I was there to witness it firsthand. I did get to see Ozzy play. Obviously, it's Ozfest. It's his festival. It's sad that someone who has such a huge name, that they don't lead people into the right direction. And what I mean by that is influence. You can have a lot of influence in this world. You can have all the money in this world. You can have all the accolades that come along with it. But at the end, there is a price to pay. We all die. We are all appointed to die at least once, according to the scripture.
I always thought, okay, Hebrews 9:27 says it's appointed for mankind to die once, then comes the judgment. I was like, okay, well, what then are these near-death experiences? You die once, you don't come back. But I think that's actually referring to full biological, eternal.
And in Ozzy's case, he passed on today. If you don't lead people into the truth, meaning who Jesus is and who God the Father is, all of these things mean nothing. And I can almost guarantee that he never even preached the gospel to anyone. Now, I don't know his personal life. I can't say that on his deathbed he accepted Christ. I don't know that. All I can do is go off of what is displayed in the public eye. It is sad, yes. It is not the Lord's will that any man should perish, but have everlasting life. Hell wasn't made for humans. It was made for Lucifer and his angels. And Ozzy always put himself up on a throne here, and I'll go ahead and show you a picture. He would always, uphold himself as the Dark Prince. And in hell, there is nothing but darkness and suffering and torture that goes on for an eternity. Hell is real. Heaven is real. It would have been better for him, in my opinion, if he would have preached the gospel to other people. He would have led a lot of people to the truth. That's what I'm saying. We don't know when we're going to leave this earth. You could be driving down the street, minding your own business, someone not paying attention, crash into you. These things happen every day. So much that they're not even reported as often as they need to be. And his family were reported to be by his side. They asked for a brief moment of, to be alone with just him. So maybe there was a priest in there to lead him unto the Lord. I don't know. But what I can say is that he did have a lot of influence on this world. A lot of people will still continue to play his music, and they'll continue to believe in what he believed, which was that he's the Dark Prince. There is only one Dark Prince. Honestly, there's only one dark prince, and that is Lucifer. He is the dark prince. He is the adversary of this world. He is opposite of what is good. He is all evil. That's all he is. And we all have a choice every single day. We have a choice to do what is right in the eyes of the Lord. We have a choice to lead other people into the truth, into the life, and that's Jesus. So, don't mind me for even saying that Ozzy could have, I don't know, maybe he could have accepted Christ at his last moments. But if he didn't, don't take my word for it. I'll just go ahead and show you a few testimonials of people who have actually died and who have actually been to hell. Hear it for yourself.
You blew it. You're going to hell. And when that set in, that's heavy. I'm going to hell. When that set in, oh my gosh, then comes the bargaining, like, God, please, no, like, no, I don't deserve to go there. Please don't let me go there. So while this was happening, while I'm bargaining and begging like anybody would do, because I don't want to go to hell. Nobody does. Nobody.
Everything got so dark, but it wasn't an ordinary darkness. Like, it was, this darkness was like, the best way I can describe it, it was alive. It was a darkness that was so dark. Like I said, you can blindfold yourself, bury yourself, blindfold yourself again, put yourself in a tomb, put that tomb somewhere under the ground, and it still doesn't describe this darkness. It had a spiritual component to this. It wasn't a regular darkness.
It's like they're coming closer and closer and closer, and I knew that they were coming to take me to hell. I knew it. I just knew it. And I hear this laughter. It's like they're mocking me. And I knew, I don't know how to tell you how I knew. I just knew that where I was going was prepared for me, and it was a special place for me with my lukewarm Christian self. I knew it. And I knew that's why demons were so intensely mocking me, because I was a proclaimed Christian and I really wasn't. They were mocking me.
Hard to even describe. I was laying on my back, but yet I was falling down. But as I'm falling down, it is so fast. It's like the fastest, like I say, it's faster than the speed of light. It's a different type of speed, like they say, I said it was 186,000 miles in a second. It's faster than that. It's a different form of speed. It had no limit. There were no limits to this terror. There's no limits to this. See, here we can, either you have a traumatic experience that's so bad that you will faint. It's like a safety mechanism, right? You'll kind of pass out so you won't, be too overwhelmed. Or it's only a fear that gets capped off. It has a limit here. There's only so much you can get afraid here on earth. But that place where I was falling to, the fear is maximizing as I'm falling. All the attributes, and I knew these things. I knew everything. It was like everything, the attributes of God that are in us were leaving me. The attributes of fellowship, love, hope, laughter, just the things we take for granted. Like, just they were leaving me.
You could feel that. You could feel them leaving you, just coming out of you.
Coming out of me. Like the darkness was stripping it away from me.
Wow.
The more and more faster, and it was being replaced by despair. It's a despair and a regret and a hopelessness that is it's a despair of like, the same way, it's kind of measuring time versus eternity. There's no comparison, because time is inside eternity, right? So this form of despair is a different realm of despair. It's a different form of regret. And that's what the attributes of God leave you, and you're replaced with the emptiness. The emptiness is alive. The emptiness has purpose to be empty. It's hard to even explain that. So as I'm falling, and then one thing I noticed was the smell. Okay, this smell even has a spiritual. The smell of it even has a spiritual component. If you was to even smell this, like I keep telling everyone, if you was to smell the smell, you would die right now. If it was here on earth, it was to be just one whiff, one whiff. Your body wouldn't be able to take it. Your body wouldn't be able to even compute how to even operate, how to even withstand something like that. It's beyond the smell. The smell is even, but then I noticed it was a glimpse of, it was like heat. It's hot, and so I'm falling, I'm getting, and to see, like, I want people to try to imagine. I'm trying my best to describe, but as I'm falling, the more and more I'm afraid, more on the scale is going up, more and more, beyond horror, beyond in the loneliness. There's not, there's no, it's nothing to help you. There's nothing, your body, you're alone.
And if I took all of the times I have ever had any type of ridicule, put them all together, anytime I've ever seen anyone get ridiculed, I put them all together. It was absolutely nothing compared to the amount of mocking and ridicule that they were doing to me. I felt like I'm the butt of this joke, and I didn't get the punchline because it was so bad. Like, I just felt like this small. Like, I had no control. I'm about to go to hell, and the demons that are here to take me are mocking me. It's not like any kind of mocking that's here on earth. It's just not. But then I heard something that I did not expect. Well, of course, I didn't expect any of that, but I heard something that I still, to this day, like, can't really put my finger on. There was one laughter that I heard above all of that. And it was the most intense evil.
The loneliness, like I said, the regret, the despair, and then just this new, the smells, because I just remember it coming outside. The thing that got me was the how fast the two dimensions. It was so instantaneous. I was just walking out the building, asking this guy a question. Now, what is this place? It's just so many things at the same time going through at one time. Now, as I'm falling and I'm feeling the heat, I see a little pin light. It's like a little light, but it's so bright, and I'm falling. Then I started to hear. See, one thing what I say is hard to describe. When you're in the spirit, from my experience, I knew that there's nothing to learn. There was nothing to learn. There was nothing to figure out. There was no time. It's hard to even explain that. But I heard all these screams, and they were getting louder, just like as the light was getting bigger and bigger. These screams, but I instantly knew there had to be billions, hundreds of millions, maybe billions. But these screams are all, some were cursing out God, some were just in agony, the pain, some were making sounds that I can't even mimic. But the thing is, the weirdest part is, when I was hearing these things, they were all screaming, but yet I can individualize each scream. Just say if you was in a stadium at a baseball game and everybody's screaming, you can hear everybody screaming, but you cannot make out each individual. But no, you can make out simultaneously at the same time each individual scream at the same time. It's hard to even fathom these things. Like, it's hard to even say. But as I'm falling, and then this little light, what I thought was a light, it looked like an old well, like the old rock cave system. But it was so hot. It was the stones that were illuminated, that were orange, white, piping white, hot, yellow. It was just hot. It was a portal. Because when I got to it, it was so hot, and I could hear the screams and the smells. I was so overwhelmed. It's hard to even, beyond sensory overload. The thing that got me, that already was beyond, but what really, like I told you, your fear keeps going. Just when you think you're scared enough, you see things, and it keeps going, it keeps going, it keeps going. When first thing I looked up, I saw these giant reptile, muscular, huge, and some of them had, the eyes were like blood red with the slit of a snake, like a reptile, like a snake will have a reptile eyes. And some of them had the bright yellow eyes with the slits, and they were all different sizes. Some of the demons were even small, like I said, as this pin. And to me, those were the worst brutal ones. I'll explain that in a moment. They were this small, all around the pit. While people were trying to get out the pits, the giant was grabbing them. And they had like these old rusty spear things. So when people were trying to crawl out, they were laughing, grabbing them, throwing them back in, stabbing them in, and they were enjoying it with so much joy. And I want to explain to the people the hate that came from these demons, from these creatures. It is so ancient. That's the first thing to do. It's ancient, and they hate you so bad, you all. They hate us so bad. The hate, like I say, if the hate can be weaponized, we're in trouble. He said, remember I said, God buffer us from so much. Their hate alone would penetrate and destroy your physical body. We do not understand. Their hate alone. They hate us with so much zeal, so much beyond the scope of which you can. They feed off destroying you. Because I instantly knew and I instantly felt that the people's pain, the people that were trying to get out the pits, and these demons were torturing them, throwing them back in and laughing. Even when they laughed, it hurt my whole body. I want to make sure everybody know this as well. When you're in the spirit realm, there is no such thing as a nervous system where your pain is sectioned off. You feel everything one time. So they say if you get smacked in the face, you will feel it instantly from your head to your feet, all at the same time. That's the best way I can describe it. It's not sectioned off. You feel the pain all at the same time, simultaneously, all over your body. It is not sectioned off. So that's what makes it more excruciating. That's what makes it more painful.
Wow.
You know?
Wow.
Yes. And the demons were feeding off of the people's pain. It was like they were eating, and that's what I know now. The Lord put in my heart, and I know that's why they cause so much chaos in our families, in our lives, depression, anxiety, because they're eating from it. That is food for them. Wow. When you have faith, no doubt, being double-minded, demons are literally eating off of that. They feed off our depression. So they make everything happen around every situation that could go wrong, especially if you don't have God, if you don't have faith. You become depressed, anxiety, anger. They love anger. Anger is their favorite because of the burst of the energy. It's more impactful. It's like a quick, good snack for them. I'm just telling you, they feed off all of these levels of association where they make these things up so we can feel this way, so we can feed them. Wow. That's instant. Yes. I'm just telling everyone, I'm trying to warn everyone. That's exactly why they keep you in a state of flux, up and down, up and down emotionally, because that's food.
So they get their energy off of us getting angry or, just whatever. I mean, hate, all of these things just feed them to grow more energetic and able. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Wow. Yes. Now, as I'm looking, the first thing I've noticed, and that's what came, I told you, the form of regret, it felt like I was wearing a big wetsuit that weighed like 1,000 pounds. I could not move. And the first thing that came to my mind comes from God. Free movement, like I'm moving now. That's the first thing that came to my mind. It comes from God. And that was stripped away. So even my movement, it was so hard. Like I said, it felt like I weighed 900 to 1,000 pounds just to move. And I was so used to being in my physical body, the same principles do not work out. But I was snatched so fast to this dimension, I didn't know. I'm still used to being in my physical body. So I'm not moving as fast. You can't move as fast. And then I thought I was breathing. So then I really started kind of hyperventilating because I started panicking. Not only what I was looking at, then I realized I can't breathe. So I'm trying to go, and I can't. It's like, there's no oxygen down there. But I'm panicking, going quick, trying to breathe, and I can't breathe. It was just the impact, the overload of everything at one time is can't even, I'm trying my best to describe it because the experience is so overloading, sensual overload. At the same time, it is, you can't even, it's beyond, so bear with me, you all are.
So when you were looking at the people that were there,
whoa,
were they, of all different, any sense of
all
who they
different
were?
nationalities, all different nationalities, cultures, ages, yes, and it's the fear, but the thing is overwhelming all through, my tour of hell, may I say, the overflow, the regret, the sense of, I should have, would have, could have, it is beyond anything. Because, instantly what started to happen, the longer I spent down there, what happens is you start seeing all the invitations from the Lord. You start to see him, how many things he showed up, how many warning signs he gave you. You start to see the people he used, and you're like,
oh, wow.
It plays out. He shows you everyone in an overload, the woulda, shoulda, coulda. Oh, it was so plain to see that was you. Oh no. Like, it's in that, on top of everything around you, on top of the pain, the heat. I didn't even get to the heat, how the heat feels. It's a different fabric of heat. It's a different, whole different caliber of burn. That's an understatement. That's spiritual. It's like the darkness was spiritual, the heat. It's a different, it's like it feels like it always just got started. Oh. You ever burn yourself and at the thousandth of a second, the prime of the first, put it that way, on loop. The first, like it always the first time, always on loop.
Wow.
That's the best way to describe. Like, you feel like you're getting burned just for the first time all the time. Feel like it's just starting. That's the best way I can kind of, summarize. You know what I mean?
Well, because if somebody gets a burn, it'll be very painful initially, but if it burns through, right. Second, third degree can be painless. The person can not feel the pain because the nerves have been killed. What you're saying is kind of like the nerves that God built into the body so that it can numb the pain, but
yes,
you're saying it's just increasing.
Fresh. It's fresh.
Wow.
It's fresh. There's no relief. There is no such thing as relief. See, even on a micro or macro scale of relief, there's no such thing. Even on a micro scale that God loves us so much that we overlook on a daily basis, that comes from him. It is none. There is no detail of him at all. Like, yeah. So everything is fresh. So there is no getting used to anything. Some people may have in their imaginations, well, I can get used to the heat. I can get used to the fire. I can get used to the, right? No. You can't get used to the first time, every time. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
And as I'm looking, and these people, the despair and the pain. See, the thing is, you're feeling physical pain that's beyond comprehension. It's hard to explain. That's why I keep saying at the same time. Then you're feeling your regret. You're experiencing your regret at the same time. You're experiencing the terror of all of these creatures. You're in a foreign place, like all at the same time. It's not compartmentalized. Like here, we have a lot of stresses and we can compartmentalize the stress, but no, it's all boom, all on one plate, all at the same time. That's the best way I can describe it. I'm looking at these things and the giants are everybody keeps, this tough talk of humans, of our arrogance and pride. And, I'll go to there, I'll beat some demons up. Listen, their strength. First of all, you don't have anything. And one thing I noticed instantly, feel like I was thirsty, like I haven't had anything to drink in months. See, time doesn't exist, you all. Time doesn't exist. That's another thing that smacks you in the face. You know that you're done. This is forever. We can't even imagine eternity right now. If somebody say, imagine forever, you can't imagine forever. That's how, but when you're there, you know forever. Because you are in forever. You are in eternity.
Wow.
And I knew this is forever. See, like, a lot of times when I lived my old life, when I was in the streets, I used to when I was in jail, I had hope because I had an out date. So there was a form of hope, at least. Like, okay, well, at least I'm getting out on this day. I can try to start over, and not there.
So the whole point of this video is when you have a huge audience, when you have a huge influence like that, people look to you. Take every word you say as pure and they take it as golden. But whose words matter the most is our Creator. That's Jesus Christ, Lord of Lords, King of Kings. And that's just going to be my video. Unfortunately, he did pass. My prayers do go out for his family. his friends. Be careful out there, you guys. We're only here for a limited time. Your soul is forever. It does not die. It will not die. This body is corruptible and it will fade, but your soul lasts forever. And if you don't know who Jesus is, I strongly suggest that you get to know who he is. Save your soul, save your family's souls. Pray for other people that they might be delivered from whatever's holding them back from knowing what the truth is. All right? So thank you all for your time, and God bless you. Please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Late.